post, department of projects, pain driven, engine drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jury the code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, way before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead. Trying, this ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jury the code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, way before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got heroes, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna...
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
21. Yellow lady, hey, kill. Hey, high 7. 56, Mike, 56. Here we go. 56.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Breeze able to find the veteran Ginn. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 3rd down, here's Camara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will take over at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
11. Smooth.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, turn it up.
Both 7s and Mike.
65.
Here we go.
Check 15. Check 11. 65.
Check.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 27 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Camara. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment, you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, Something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Here's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Garoppolo, the offense, with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore number 1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has gotten together. The defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, a former 49er, Ted Ginn Jr. This is fielded at the 7. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
10 yards, good for a Saints 1st down.
Kill! 0-2, 0-2. Go! 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Army.
Snap comes at 1. And now Breeze. He's got Smith here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
95-56.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this. And he's into the clear. The 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, 70 yards as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe...
This is caught inside the 15. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 72 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gould with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On second down, Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They run. It's Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now they'll throw with Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go looking.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A.J. Klein coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 8 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Check, check. Block 54, block 54. Kill, kill. Hey, Charlie. Mike 54. Mike 54. It's been a long day for you. Mike 54. Mike 54.
To throw is Breeze. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Toss play, Kamara. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 55 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Saints 14.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
11. Keep it.
This is Mostert. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Back now here in Santa Clara. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
13.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's A.J. Klein, the linebacker. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Again, it's Kamara. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Kill. Pilot, 64, weak. 5-1. Hey, Echo.
Bree's going to go on 4th down. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Here we go.
Mostert. And he's got Rome. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. 22 yards. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Kill. Five. You draw quarters.
Hey, pick
You kill.
Watch twist.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
when we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Exit.
Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike.
Hey, kill.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze. He'll air it out deep. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 44 yards. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Haywood.
Breeze now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Ready. Hey, Zoo.
Now Breeze. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Eric Armstead in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my